Hi, I'm Luca Bauer. I'm an aerospace master student at the Technical University of Munich. In the last winter semester, I wrote a term paper about the topic external flow simulation of a new low-drag vehicle geometry with the lattice-Boltzmann method. Before beginning with the actual development process, I started with validating my simulation setup. I used UltraFluidX from Altair as CFD solver, which is a transient flow simulation based on a lattice-Boltzmann method. For the validation part, I chose the open source vehicle geometry drive and notchback and compared my simulation results with wind tunnel data. With the finest mesh refinement, the deviation of drag coefficient was only 3.7%, and the deviations in the surface pressure distribution were low as well. Before starting with the actual development process, I want to give a short overview of the simulation setup. Altair provides a quite user-friendly user interface called Virtual Wind Tunnel. Basically, when setting up a simulation, you work your way from left to right. After loading the vehicle geometry and creating the computational domain, one can set the inlet velocity and activate the moving ground. Let's take a closer look at the boundary conditions of the wheels. To reproduce the physics correctly, you can activate the rotation of the wheels and set the angular velocity. For generating a good mesh, Altair provides the tool mesh controls. Especially the box and offset mesh refinements were very helpful. Here you can see the offset mesh refinement and here the box mesh refinement. And if you zoom out, you can see that I have got overall 6 box mesh refinements. For the low-drag vehicle geometry, I also wanted to simulate the effects of an intercooler. Altair provides the tool heat exchanger, and you only need to define 3 surfaces, an inlet, a frame, and an outlet. After the promising results of the validation part, I continued with the actual development process. My focus was not only on reducing the drag coefficient, but especially the product of drag coefficient and frontal area. I call that drag area. Overall, I made 15 simulations, and the geometry developed towards a bluff front, what you can see here, and a small rear base. Comparing the X sections of the initial and final setup, regarding the total pressure coefficient, one can see the reduction of flow separation, which leads to a smaller overall wake. This results in a lower drag coefficient and a lower drag area. This made it possible to achieve a 46% improvement on the original design.